Hi there, and welcome to our very first meetup. I'm Yaritza Baez, and this event is on a topic that has hit close to home, and that is imposter syndrome after 40. If you're watching the replay or found this group recently, I'm so glad that you are here. So, this group is for women over 40 who are building businesses, stepping into something new, and doing it with courage, even when that inner critic kicks in. So, first, I want to start by sharing a little bit about my own experience with imposter syndrome. Even after years of working with clients, first through my virtual assistant business and now as a coach, I still sometimes hear that voice saying, "Who am I to do this?" You know, you probably heard that too. So for me, it showed up the most when I started putting myself out there more, like on LinkedIn, on video, and now here on Meetup. So, it's something that is normal, that it happens to all of us, you know, to the best of us. It doesn't matter. So that voice got louder the more I grew. Every time I try to up level, it just kicks in. And that's something that I want to normalize. Growth often triggers doubt. And everybody experience that. Even very successful entrepreneurs, whether, they're at a very well-known entrepreneurs, at some point or another, if they're trying to up level, uh, they're gonna experience that doubt. The difference is that the problems that they experience, because they're at much higher level, is going to be completely different to people who are starting out. But we all experience that, and that is normal. That's why I'm trying to normalize that. So it doesn't mean basically that we are not ready. It means that we are stretching. Another example of that will be um, sports people. They start practicing a sport, and you start at the very beginning, like everyone. You learn the sport, you practice and you practice until you get very good at the beginner level, and then you move to the intermediate level. And once you get very good at it and you participate in different competitions, at whether it's like local and then regional, and then you may even go to another country and participate. So once you get comfortable on that, and you are like, you grew out that stage, then you move to the next one. But they will experience the doubt, and that's why they always have coaches, not just for improving their techniques or skills, but also to work with their mindset, because we all experience that. So I want to share a prompt that so you can understand this a bit better, and we have a better understanding of all of it. So what are you proud of but still feel hesitant to own? Take a moment to think about that. You could journal, write it down on a piece of paper. Is it a shift you made, a career shift that you made, a bold decision to start your business? Because sometimes maybe you are at this stage that you've been wanting, itching to start a business because you want to get out of the 9 to 5, because you're tired, or you don't find it challenging anymore where you are at work, and you would like to do something on your own. Maybe it's because you want to live by design. Maybe it's because you want to have more uh, time and flexibility for yourself. Maybe it's a way you have shown up for others, even when you were not feeling your best. That could be also. So, often, syndrome thrive in silence. Stay quiet, and it's is there. But when we speak it out loud, we take its power away. So basically, what we're doing is we put it in the back seat, because when we stay in silence, what it happens is it takes the driver's seat, and you don't want that, because that is what is gonna stop you from taking action. It can manifest in many different ways. It could be um, procrastination, perfection. Perfection paralyzes. It happened to me. It could be overworking. You push and push and push, and then you hit burnout. So, and it's because you're feeling that, who am I to do this? I'm not good enough. And so those are ways in which it could take imposter syndromes. It can take place, but it's because we stay in silence. So another way it could be, is it, keeping you from launching the business, or maybe you have a program that you would like to launch, but you still like, I don't know if this is the right time. Maybe it's not the right program. I thought it might be, I was thinking it would be great for this, but maybe not so much. I don't know. I have seen other people doing this similar to what I have, and I don't know. It could be that way. Maybe it's about um, raising your rates. Maybe it's that. I worked with a client recently for the past few months, and she's been wanting to raise her prices. Her business is on the educational field, and she's like, I couldn't believe how low my rates are, and then I find out other people are charging much more, even though she knew that she could, because she has the experience, the expertise, and plus the going rate is much higher, in the industry. So, but she was so afraid of doing, raising her rates. It paralyzed her, and she have, well, I would not like to. What if I lose my clients? And they say no, that they don't want to pay for what I'm going to be asking now, and things like that happen. So we work on that, and I said, well, there are alternatives, and she have to decide what is best for her, what she feel comfortable with. But I said you could keep the same rate, low rate, which I don't think is fair, with your current clients, and then use and then for new clients, then you have your new rates, and that will be a good way to do it. Also the next, and then she's like, yeah, but at the same time, she's like, she was afraid to raising the rates to her current clients, but at the same time she wasn't happy keeping the low rate that she was charging. So she thought, well, maybe what about if I raise my rate, not all the way to the amount, which I think it was like $40 an hour, and just leave it at 35. And I said, how comfortable you feel that, by raising the rates that way to your existing clients? Do you feel comfortable? Are you not gonna then be like, oh, I should have just charged the $40? She's like, no, I'm gonna feel very good about that. I feel good if it is. I said, then go for it. Now she's happy. Because she raised her rates for new clients, and also raised her rates for her existing clients. So you see there, but she was stretching herself. She has to overcome that fear. For other people, might be saying yes to visibility, and that's something I suffered for a long time. I thought, well, especially when I had my first business, I struggle a lot with being visible. It's like, oh, because I'm an introvert. So to be visible for me is always a bit of a struggle. But then as time went by, I have to decide, well, if I really want to make this work, I need to get out there, because people don't know about me, and how are they going to find out about me, about my services, if I'm not visible, you know? They have to find out somehow. So it's been a work in progress. I have gotten, obviously, with it, with years and experience, and learning that I need to push myself, to stretch myself, um, to be more visible. And this is why I'm here tonight. This is why I'm more active in social media, but also I have a podcast, my entrepreneurial journey with That It's Survive. It's on Apple Podcast and also Spotify. So yeah, just by naming it, it starts the shift, because then you are recognizing it's like, yes, this gotta stop. Like I said earlier, you gotta put the imposter syndrome back in the back, in the back seat. Mm, and it's all a process. It doesn't happen overnight. You could get help. You could, and another way to help you with this, if you feel like isolated, um, community is very important. You could hire a coach, a mentor. You could join a mastermind group, or join different groups. A community like this one, where you be able to have that community, and help you and cheer you up, to continue your journey. So, if you're watching this later, I would love for you to reflect on those prompts that I just shared with you. You can even share your thoughts in our Meetup discussion space. I'll be there. And if this resonated with you, I would love for you to join me at the next event. Also, we'll keep this conversation going. And we'll keep this conversation going. And also, this is a space where we could, for us to grow together, and not by pretending that we have it all figured out, but by showing up anyway. Okay. So, thank you for being here, whether it's live or on replay. And I'll see you on the next event. Take care. Bye bye.